Hey guys, poker is the most popular gambling game in jail, with spades right behind it. Before prison, I had never even heard of spades. In the beginning, it seemed complicated, but after years of playing, I became pretty skilled at it. Now it's the card game I know better than any other. Sometimes, someone you know might ask you to be their partner in the game. And if you make a mistake, it could cost them money or even their life. There's no such thing as "I'll pay you later." It's always right then and there. I grew up playing dominoes and always felt confident when I played. Other inmates would often ask me to team up with them at the domino table because I was pretty good. I learned double six from playing double nine. Most people play regular dominoes, but I grew up with Cubans playing with 55 dominoes. Double six dominoes came natural to me because I could easily predict what tiles everyone had left. Double nine added more complexity, making it harder to guess. No offense, but only experienced domino players will truly understand what I mean. I never played for money because so many people cheat in there. It's to be expected, given you're surrounded by criminals, not friends. Sometimes it's in the way they hold their domino or cards in their hands. Others might use facial expressions to signal what to do next. I constantly reminded myself that I was in there with people who had gone to prison for scamming others out of money. I was lucky enough to never run into problems over games. I also played Scrabble with a few people who actually followed the official rules, meaning if someone challenged a word, you had to check it in the Scrabble dictionary. In the outside world, families play Scrabble for fun, but in prison, it's often for money and inmates tend to make up words, so it's up to you to challenge them. I discovered that studying 2- and 3-letter words was the key to winning. I played for so long that I was able to keep track of how many letters were still in the bag. Timing your exchanges and trading for the letters needed to complete a 7-letter word is crucial. Strategically using the board's double and triple point squares is needed for boosting your score. Every prison I stayed in had handball courts in the yard. I had some skills before I got there, but the inmates were on another level. I played regularly and kept getting humbled. I kept reminding myself that some of these guys had been playing longer than I was alive. One of my good friends, Joe, was often called one of the best because of his skills. Another game that's played a lot in jail is chess. I learned how to play chess early in life, but I didn't start playing until I got to prison. At night, when everyone is locked in, inmates play chess against each other from separate cells. Let me explain how that works. I have a chessboard in my cell, and my opponent has one in his. On the board, the vertical rows are numbered 1 through 8, while the horizontal columns are labeled A through H. You sit by your cell door and call out your moves to your opponent. For example, you might say 1b to 5d, and then you move your piece on your board. Then he might say 8g to 6f, and I'd move his piece accordingly. We'd continue like this, going back and forth until checkmate. We would often play through the night, since most inmates stayed up late and slept through the morning, as breakfast was optional. Every prison I was in had basketball courts, and I saw some incredible talent in there. The level of skill in prison is amazing. Sadly, most of these players will never have the chance to showcase their abilities to the world. I was good at basketball growing up, and since it's my favorite sport, I tried to play when no one was playing. My love for basketball goes way back. I grew up rooting for Patrick Ewing and the New York Knicks, even though Reggie Miller's Pacers or Michael Jordan's Bulls always knocked them out. I played almost every day as a kid and always imagined that with the right training, I could have made it to the pros. If I had a coach who truly believed in me, I honestly think I could have ended up in the NBA. When I was at Ulster Correctional Facility, I would often play basketball alone in the yard. I'd check to see how many people were going outside that night. If there weren't many, I'd head to the court and have it all to myself. I'd start by shooting free throws, then move on to three-pointers. I'd also pretend I was backing down a defender and shooting fadeaways, just like Michael Jordan. In those quiet moments, I found space to think and escape. Being alone on the basketball court, without worrying about anyone sneaking up on me, felt so peaceful. I could almost imagine myself playing in the NBA, surrounded by thousands of fans. But the reality was that I was on cracked pavement with a deflated basketball, shooting at a bent rim with no net. This might sound strange, but now that I'm free, whenever I step onto a basketball court and walk up to the free throw line, it takes me right back to those moments in prison. Basketball forever holds a special place in my heart. Thank you for listening. Please like and subscribe.